Mm-hmm. Yep. I know a lot of y'all thought I wasn't coming back. Mm-hmm. Yep. Miss M. Taylor says, yes, sir. But I'm looking for something more specific when it comes to the homework, Miss Taylor. Yes, ma'am. I'm looking for something a little bit more specific. You feel me? Now I got a blunt for the rest of the night because I ain't going back to the shop. So I ain't finna smoke this with y'all. You feel me? I just had to hit my sheet, call it a night because I'm tired. And I think enough information needs to be slept upon until tomorrow. A lot of information today. Uh, I'm gonna just get me a crystal ball because I'm something else. Did anybody see read the homework that I gave you guys? Anybody? And what did you see that was interesting is the topic of right now. What did you see that was interesting in that piece that I sent you guys? What's up, Terriana? What did you guys see? Yeah, go ahead, have at it in the chat room. We ain't wasting no time and we ain't giving nobody no time to just talk about Kush and all this other mumbo jumbo that don't matter. I'm not trying nothing. Nothing. Only thing I'm trying is this knowledge. That's it. What did you see? What did you see in that piece? If you don't know, I'm not giving nobody the answer because reading comprehension got to be at an all-time high. I didn't come here to give you the answer. I came here to help you fish. What did you see, fam? Matter of fact, I'm opening up the phone line. What did the family see with the homework that I provided? I think they don't want us to progress. That's not the question, Crystal Gibson. If that was the question, Gibson, you would be right. But that's not what I'm asking today. What they want to progress or what they don't. The question is in the homework that I gave you. In the homework that I gave you. What are some of the red flags that give people motives to want to participate in this dumb shit? Let's keep it going. I'm trying to see what happened. I saw that was published a month before he was assassinated. Your dog ate your homework? That's what's up, man. So glad. So glad the dog ate your homework. Mm, mm. Cost you your whole semester. Mm. Nipsey and Groves had a big business plan for the lot. They robbed Nipsey. They had other plans all along. Brian, excellent. I like that, Brian. I like that, Brian. I like that. That lets me know you read something. You read it. Thanks, Brian. Vector 90 for people with low income tax. Right. Yep. All of the above. I want everybody in this chat room right now to make sure y'all hit that like button. You feel me? They wanted more than his store. They wanted more than his store. Let's go to the report here. I'm gonna scroll down so you guys can see it. This is just a light work. This is all making sense now that we in it. You notice that Nipsey Hussle wasn't just no damn rapper now, don't you? You do realize that, right? Okay. Don't fall victim to the media. Cause they don't want you to see businessman. They want you to see street thug rapper owned by this person and got a shout out from this person. No, he gave the shot. He was bigger than everybody already. Nipsey flirted with man. Remember, he was receiving residuals. Did you guys get that? He was receiving residuals for owning his masters, and he was getting the low five figures and stuff like that. You guys read all that, correct? And how he sold those projects to in collaboration where they share revenue with Atlantic. I think that was Epic. Blah 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 blah. We can go on to read on. We're gonna do a lot of this reading in the morning. One thing I wanted to focus on was his insurance policy and his trust. Did anybody see that? Let me find it real quick. Did anybody see the insurance policy mentioned in his trust accounts? I think everything was stolen from Nipsey. But somebody chose to speak up on this. I need to re-find it. But he talked about his $1 million life insurances. They had life insurance on his flesh. And I want to find that just so I can put it up on the screen. Hopefully, if I can't, then the people who did do their homework, I'll be able to find it in the morning. But I wanted to pay close attention to that because that makes perfect sense. Life insurance on his flesh was made and put in parentheses at the same time, along with various trust accounts as well. And I wanted to know what you guys thought about that. The business opportunities that Nipsey was to provide as well was already put him over the hedge and everything that he was doing. But yeah, what did you guys think of that? $1 million life insurance on his flesh. All day. Yeah, he was making six figures a month. He was in a different level already. He was already on a different level. People didn't know that. Yeah, he was making six figures a month. He could pay for security on a Sunday. That's why nothing was making sense. But open trust account deposit rack, nigga. And I think all of these are clues to the brother Nip. Now, if you guys look here, in one verse he blustered about Benzes and Bentleys and touted his trust accounts alongside $1 million life insurance on my flesh. And I thought that was interesting. And at the same time, Nipsey was looking for other way to expand his empire. He met Gross, a private equity and greedy shit. But I thought that was interesting. Also, what I'm gonna be playing on my show in the morning is getting more into detail about Donald Trump's initiative. Now, watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna show you this. Watch this.
From the scourge of
Watch this.
addiction. There's never been anything like it over the last 10 years. What's going on is incredible. And we're stopping them much more so at the border. We will, as soon as the wall is built, we'll have a tremendous impact. And Border Patrol has been incredible. Kevin's doing a great job. We have an amazing group of people.
You heard that? Kevin's doing a good job. Thank you, Trump.
On the border and Homeland Security generally. ICE has been incredible what they're doing. They're taking MS-13 out by the thousands who came into our country, the gangs, rough people, they're getting them out. So ICE has been unbelievable. And law enforcement generally has been just unbelievable, the job. You know, our numbers are way down, meaning in a positive way. Crime is down very substantially from even a year ago. And we want all Americans to share in our great economic renewal. That's why governors in all 50 states and the territories have designated 8,700 neighborhoods as opportunity zones. Hard to believe.
How many? 8,000 designated.
8,700.
It's a reason why I'm playing you this.
Household income in these communities is 37% less than the median income in a state as a whole. So it's 37% down, and we're catching them fast. In order to revitalize these areas, we've lowered the capital gains tax for long-term investment in opportunity zones all the way down to a very big, fat, beautiful number of 0.
Now, hold up. Remember when I was telling you we been red flagged? You know what red flagged is? Remember I told you what red flagged is? Now, hold up. How did Kevin know what red flagged is? Now, Kev told you that red flagged is when they hike the taxes up on businesses to come to your poor neighborhood. And remember I told you that? You probably didn't think that made no sense at the time. But when you knock those property taxes down from wherever red flag that they was on, that made companies run. Knocking them all the way down to 0 is removing the red tape. You understand? How many of y'all get that? How many of y'all get that? You're removing the red flags, the red tape that's been placed by these Democratic leaders this whole time to take advantage of your communities and the tax breaks, and at the same time pillaging your shit at the same time.
Very big, fat, beautiful.
Spending all the money on themselves, $6 million homes out of their districts.
And opportunity zones all the way down.
I'm teaching you how to listen. Don't just get mad and laugh at this nigga lips and hair. Don't get distracted. Listen to the information. Stop bobbing your head to the beat all the goddamn time. Care broke. Listen to him.
To a very big, fat, beautiful number of 0.
Of 0. Do you know what that means? They already know these businesses about to come back. But guess what? It's really not for corporate motherfuckers. That's why they got to be sleazeballs about how they go about it. It's really for black and brown entrepreneur people who were fucked up. Remember, 80s, 90s, illegal immigration, same shit is coming. It's all about the rehabilitation and revitalization of our communities and letting us benefit from that and build us up at the same time.
0.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you something. What I'm telling you that you are giving Nipsey Hussle praise for, listen to me. I'm telling you the same way Nipsey showed you. All you got to do is listen to them, take advantage of the politics, listen to it, understand the politics, and take advantage. I don't give a fuck what side they on. Take advantage of what's going on and use your street intellect on how to make it work for us in our communities, how to benefit all of them. Section 8 for what? You know what I'm saying? We got to get to it. So listen to it and don't smirk too much.
All the way down to a very big, fat, beautiful number of zero. Zero. That's why they're looking and they're saying, no, I don't want to go there. Maybe I don't love the location. I don't want to go. Then they hear about the zero. They'll say, I think I'm going to go there.
Who you think they talking about? Oh, I don't think I want to invest over there in that neighborhood. Then they see that big fat zero. Then they see that big fat zero. Then what?
Maybe I don't love the location. I don't want to go. Then they hear about the zero. They'll say, I think I'm going to go there.
Huh?
Go there. Maybe I don't love the location. I don't want to go. Then they hear about the zero. They'll say, I think I'm going to go there.
He talking about Slauson and Crenshaw. He talking about Bankhead.
That's why they're looking and they're saying,
talking
no,
about
I don't want
Detroit.
to go there. Maybe I don't love the location. I don't want to go. Then they hear about the zero. They'll say, I think I'm going to go there.
He talking about DC. That's what he's
That's why
talking
they're
about.
looking and they're saying, no, I don't want to go there. Maybe I don't love the location. I don't want to go.
This is what Nipsey heard, okay? And he knew, just like I know. I'm just not a gangbanger and got the financial backing of all this shit. Just like I know. It don't take nothing but a business and a franchise and a name to win right now. So all this flossing niggas is doing, signing contracts, trying to get you to do so, you don't got to do that at whatsoever.
Then they hear about the zero. They'll say, I think I'm going to go there.
You got zero tax. Zero.
And then they start liking the location, right?
And then they start liking your neighborhood, right? Start walking around.
Football player. You are some player, huh? I'll never fight you, I promise. That'll never happen. Great player, Scott. Our goal is to rebuild homes, schools, businesses, and communities that need it the most. And we have just, I don't know, we've hit something that's very unusual. This is a very surprising thing to...
This is a surprising thing. This is new, y'all. You know how new this is? This is April 17, 2017. And look how many views it got. Look how many views. This is PBS. Look how many views. You know why? Because you watching BET. Because you watching T.I. Because you watching Future. Because you watching Quavo. Because you thinking the most sadistic shit and other than reality. That's why. 4,000, 5,000 people. You know what you was watching at the time? Nipsey Hussle. Death. They got you. Okay? That was the motherfucking trick. Was 400 more years of mental slavery. Okay? The motherfucking joke was on Donald Trump and you, the American public. Wasn't it April Fools? Donald Trump had something lined up for you niggas. Perfect. But you got April Fool and hat tricked right out of, and now they trying to sell you your own freedom back by putting fucking ankle monitors together when you about to get out. Thanks to the assassination of you know who. But we'll get to that. We'll get to it. We got other more important things like BET on with battle raps. That's why. Because you ain't paying attention. You just complaining. Let's go.
Everybody, even to me to a certain extent, you know, you do things. Nobody thought it was going to catch on like it's caught on. So here with us today is the mayor of Vicksburg, Mississippi, George Flaggs, who over the last year has worked with private investors to save and create more jobs in the city. Where's George? George, stand up, please, George. Thank you very much. Thank you, George. Mayor Flaggs, I want to thank you for your tremendous partnership. You've really helped inspire us, I must say, and you have done an incredible job, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy all the way. And I'd like to ask, if I could, I'll get you up a second time, because I'd like to ask Mayor Flaggs to come up and say a few words about what this has meant. And he really has been. He's been a great leader, and we appreciate your knowledge
Now,
giving us.
Press 1 if y'all ready for the kicker. Press 1 if you ready for the kicker. I got to hit my blunt. Press 1 if you ready for the kicker. I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to jump this because y'all don't like Donald Trump. Y'all sitting up here like this. I'm a conservative, cuz. This nigga Kel trying to get us to convert. He trying to take votes for Donald Trump, cuz. This nigga tripping, cuz. This nigga want us to wear suit and ties and fill out resumes, cuz. Trying to get us a job at Ford, cuz. Cuz trying to do this and cuz trying to do that. That's right, nigga. I got a program that's gonna help your ass fill out these resumes. You got that right, trying to get this subsidy. Trying to get that subsidy, nigga. You know what it is. I'm glad you thinking correctly, sir. You got that right. Press 1 if you want to see the hat trick, though. Y'all want to see something? Now watch this. Now what I tell y'all Nipsey was today. What I tell y'all he was, right? Why all these Democrats is haters. Democrats is haters, cuz. Nipsey Hussle is a what? Type it in the chat room. He's a conservative, family. Watch this. Took advantage of everything. Watch this, guys. Watch this.
Now, new developments in the legacy of slain rapper and entrepreneur
Now, hold up. This is September 8th from LA Times, right? September 8th. Now, how long I've been telling y'all this? LA Times don't caught up, y'all. LA Times, LA Times don't caught up. Watch this, y'all. Watch this.
Now, new developments in the legacy of slain rapper and entrepreneur Nipsey Hussle. In the months leading up to his death, Hussle was working on an innovative plan to transform struggling communities and guard against gentrification. Hussle's vision extended beyond his own South LA neighborhood of Hyde Park. He wanted to spark a nationwide movement that
It went beyond Hyde Park. That's where I grew up at, Hyde Park area. Everybody know where that's at. It was beyond Hyde Park. Go ahead.
This partner,
nationwide movement through our poor communities. Come on.
Movement that business partner David Gross describes as the economic version of Black Lives Matter.
The intent is to encourage long-term investment in low-income neighborhoods to help facilitate sustainable economic development and growth.
Sustainable economic
efforts earned praise from business leaders and celebrities. Jay-Z recently gave Nipsey a shout-out during a performance in New York City.
Gentrify your own hood before these people do it. Claim eminent domain and have your people moving. That's a small glimpse into what Nipsey was doing.
Though Hussle was murdered before he could see his vision.
But he wasn't talking about gentrify yourself in a way that this do it. Talking about gentrify yourself before the people do it. No, that's not what Gypsy was talking about. He was talking about using the gentrification rules as applied for ourselves, not gentrify yourself and move yourself out before they do it. That's Jay-Z. That's New Yorkish, scheme ballish type of analogies. That's the type of shit you try to sell to people after you done ripped off an idea and it's not yours. That's the after shit. That's the shit stains around the toilet when the shit has been flushed. That shit that's still staying around, that's this nigga Jay-Z. I'm tired of these Democrats. That's the Democratic philosophy, is to sell you what's free. That's they shit.
Realized the plan he set in motion will move forward. Angel Jennings joins me now with details. Angel, thanks for coming in. I absolutely loved this story in Sunday's paper. This was community activism via economic innovation.
This is community activism via economic what? Innovation. What's my cue? Innovation, innovation, innovation. Innovation. I'm ahead of my time. I think I've been here before or something. Because you don't get it. Innovation. Innovation. Shit, why?
Explain what the
It hurts me because I think of this shit every day.
Opportunity zones are and how Nipsey was using them.
So opportunity zones funding is a legislation that was passed under the President Trump's 2017.
Under who? Say it again.
Legislation that was passed under the President Trump's 2007.
Let's run it back.
Using them.
So opportunity zones funding is a legislation that was passed under the President Trump's 2017 tax overhaul that allows investors to take capital gains and also get a tax break by taking that money and pouring it into communities that have been long neglected by Wall Street.
Okay, let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. I'm just teaching y'all, if you come to my house, this is what you get.
Opportunity zones funding is a legislation.
Economic innovation. Explain what the opportunity zones are and how Nipsey was using them.
So opportunity zones funding is a legislation that was passed under the President Trump's 2017 tax overhaul.
Okay. So when I told you When I told you that Nipsey Hussle was a conservative, when I told you that he was, his analogy and his philosophy was conservative, people looked at me crazy. All right then, let's go back to it. All right. Now you're starting to see. I'm not talking about on no surface. I'm for real, for real.
It allows investors to take capital gains and also get a tax break by taking that money and pouring it into communities that have been long neglected by Wall Street. These are struggling communities, low-income communities that have seen disinvestment over the years.
And so what you're talking about is avoiding capital gains tax, right? And
Avoiding capital gains tax, right? Do y'all know? Okay.
Nipsey Hussle realized that if they didn't take it into their own hands, outside investors were going to come in and take over their communities and
so
enrich
it's
themselves.
owning the cold gentrification, not gentrifying yourself, but making it, using the law applicable to you and realizing that the law isn't just for the corporation, that's for you. You're a corporation as well, and you are going to set one up when you open a business. Not fucking Pac Bell and David Gross and the rest of them. Nipsey already had the idea. He didn't need them at all. And he just didn't know, well, maybe he did, that you get a subsidy and all that good stuff.
Not necessarily the neighborhoods, right?
Yeah, I talked to many experts who said that the spirit of this law was for investors, for Wall Street. But what Nipsey saw was an opportunity to take this fund and use that money and bring more people aboard, where people are allowed to invest their own money in these projects.
Now, what did Steve Harvey say? We can't help them people. Best thing is to let them be free and let them be poor and miserable. You can't help them. Why you think he said that? There's a struggle going on, fam.
Invest their own money in these projects and have an ownership stake in this.
You're talking about the shop.
Invest in the property. That means have something to offer the property owners, like a business. Invest in your business. Is an investment in
This. You're talking about the shopping center where his Marathon clothing store is on
Yes.
Slauson.
not just his Marathon clothing store, the insurance place, the T-Mobile boot store, and all other stuff he owned.
He ended up losing his own life.
Yeah.
And he was going to build like 80 apartments above, and again, allow people to
How many apartments?
above, and again, allow people to become stakeholders in their
Allow people to become stakeholders. Huh?
to become stakeholders in their own neighborhoods, thereby becoming homeowners. And he saw this as the ultimate
Therefore
empowerment.
becoming what?
Yes.
Own neighborhoods, thereby becoming homeowners. And he saw this as the ultimate empowerment.
Tell
Yes, he
me
did.
Jay-Z got something like that for your ass. Let me,
The ultimate empowerment.
Yes, he did. And like, this is like innovative. We don't see, or I haven't heard or seen anything like this, where you actually have a model that allow residents to put in their money. Because this plan, this
a
tax
model where
initiative
you allow residents to put in their money.
was not made for everyday people. You have to have capital gains. You have to have businesses and home ownerships. And for many
Okay,
people
80 to 100 units is fine. Okay, we don't gotta make
who are living paycheck to paycheck, they don't have this, but they can invest through Nipsey Hussle and David Gross and be owners and take part and reap the economic benefits, which then pulls up.
Okay, because y'all saying 80 and 100, but y'all missing stakeholders and their own thing. So don't get caught up. It's always an estimate, 80 to 100. He said 80, she said 100. You missing it. The point. Stakeholders. Innovation. Creating something new. Why don't we ask them for no money? Why don't we as a community? I know you. You know him. We know each other. We are here. This is already done. Already. And then you gonna work downstairs at that fish market. You gonna work at the Whole Food store. You gonna work at the wig play. You gonna work at the chicken factory. You gonna do the thing. You gonna fold clothes at the laundry. Economics. Fuck a 80 to 100. He realized how to the gold mine in our own disparity. Innovation is what they needed from us. That's what they watch me for. Innovation. That's why they copy. They copied this man. wanted that whole lot, his whole mind frame. But the first opportunity they had to snatch what was his, they did that and offered crumbs to those who took part. Crumbs.
Reap the economic benefits within
And took away an economic boom so great. These people, I'm telling y'all right now, these people who took part in this act they solidified and sealed their fate, because that probably let so many people down that the Most High heard that cry. Just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous that they would do something like that. And this brother was in such a good work.
Part and reap the economic benefits, which then pulls up the neighborhood and the residents in it, which then they can take that and have the money to do what they want to do to advance.
That's right. And now they own the neighborhood. Don't buy back the block by putting a chicken wing store on somebody else's property. Buy back the block by groups of men thinking on how to own it all. Okay? And you can. You niggas are sitting back. All these celebrities are sitting back doing nothing. And Nipsey Hussle put his life on the line for his ideas to transpire. And as men, that's all we want. A lot of y'all don't know. That's all we want as men. Once we see this laid out and that it works, and I guarantee I sparked the mind. Give a fuck what happened to the flesh now. I did it because where we from, that ain't supposed to be. So while y'all think y'all was getting over for these little ducats, these little change, y'all still draw fate on that.
It's their life and take it to the next step.
Yeah, you got to have money to make money.
Yes.
But Nipsey was saying, and his partner David Gross will provide this seed money, and you guys can join on in. So there's about 8,700 opportunity zones that they named in the nation, but only 100 of them or so have funds that are going forward. And David Gross and Nipsey called theirs Our Opportunity. Will that go forward now with Nipsey's passing?
Yes, I spoke to David Gross, and he said that they're launching this Our Opportunity Investment Fund at the end of this month at a conference. And
so we need to check on David Gross, this investment fund.
Part of this is to help Hyde Park in the neighborhood of South LA where Nipsey Hussle was born and raised, but also to help other struggling Black communities across the country.
No. Each community was supposed to mimic the Hyde Park program. You see, each of them. I mean, Philly, Baltimore, Miami, same format. Chicago, same thing. And STEM-based programs. But these dudes really had an alternative motive. They really had an alternative motive.
And many people, hometown heroes in these cities, will be spearheading efforts in their cities. So this is like a huge effort, like just not in South LA, but nationwide.
And you know, one of the things that it's going to help fend off, it's believed, is gentrification.
It's complicated. We don't know if this will help or hurt. You know, we have to just see how it plays out. But the goal was to have residents have an ownership stake and to make sure that they were not displaced, because it's already happening in the Crenshaw area. I live in Leimert Park, and I see how the area is rapidly changing. There's so many pressures facing Los Angelinos in this area of LA.
And Nipsey and David both knew the value of working with government leaders as well. One of the people who helped create these opportunity zones was Republican from South Carolina, Senator Tim Scott. Nipsey was scheduled to meet with him.
Yes. Nipsey actually was smart in this way that he stayed grounded to his roots.
Now, let me go back. Did anybody catch that? Press 1. Press 1 if anybody catch that. And they put this old Democratic dude who was around Gross, who acted like a reporter, but he was really a councilman, up to no good. But what did they just say? He was supposed to meet with who? All right.
Nipsey was scheduled to meet with him.
Yes. Nipsey actually was smart in this way that...
And Nipsey and David both knew the value of working with government leaders as well. One of the people who helped create these opportunity zones was Republican from South Carolina, Senator Tim Scott. Nipsey was scheduled to meet with him.
Yes.
Nipsey supposed to meet with the police. According to Choke No Joker, Nipsey a snitch. Blasphemy. Niggas against all odds. Blasphemy on this shit packer ass nigga. Fuck boy ass niggas running around Atlanta with shit up they fucking creek, talking shit about Nipsey, talking about Pac, about all of our fucking political leaders who've been assassinated. Niggas ain't nothing but malt liquor, drinking dirty draws, having ass brothers on the internet, tripping, lost they fucking marbles. It's bigger than rap, nigga, and it's bigger than New York, punk.
He actually was smart in this way that
Fucking hate
he
these
stayed
fucking
grounded
cops.
to his roots.
I really do. Yo, the blasphemy of these niggas. The blasphemy of these niggas, bro.
And trying to
Beat this nigga whole swagger jacking ass.
use the political system
Alleged
to
nothing.
help his
Straight
community.
clowns.
And when I talked to Tim Scott, and they said they were very eager
Straight
to work with him
clowns.
and hear his vision
No
because
alleged
they had
nothing.
some similarities in their own lives, how they were raised and what they want to do for their community. So it's amazing to know that his legacy will live on. And this could be the centerpiece of that.
Y'all wanted me to figure this shit out, right? When I got started, can't figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. But what you gonna say? What you gonna do? You gonna let them niggas know? You can see now.
Years, decades, generations from now, it's the groundwork he laid at that and beautiful strip mall on Crenshaw and Slauson.
Well, we are grateful that Nipsey might become a role model. I mean, the fact that Jay-Z actually rapped about imminent
Fuck him. Fuck Jay-Z rapping about with his 40-year-old going to grow dreads out ass nigga. I don't care about that because it was all a smoke and mirror set up to steal his shit, from his jewelry to his ideas to his car to his insurance money to his keys to his house to get the fucking trust fund, whatever a nigga can get, and put on a fucking fashion show before the world. Your sin has reached the heavens. God damn, you niggas is low down. Yeah, so instead of the meeting with the police, he was supposed to be meeting with Republican. But you see how they got black folks thinking that the police that he was supposed to be meeting with the police? No, he was meeting with this dude so they can talk more about these opportunity zones that Donald Trump is right here talking about. Check.
And I'd like to ask if I could.
You feel me? I'm giving y'all the work right now. I'm one of the brightest individuals, and I accept the role. I accept because it's ridiculous. Lord have mercy. Let me open up these phone lines. See if anybody want to get in this call on this information. If not, I'm going to go ahead and rest my mind, my soul, and my spirit because I'm ashamed to be associated with these dudes. No shame. He supposed to be meeting with the police. No, he supposed to be meeting with this Republican. Get back with these. See, but the Democrats want to, tax zones and secret investors, and you don't need no damn investors. Nigga, the law is the law. Need no damn David Gross. He didn't need David Gross to fulfill his ideas. These people inserted themselves into his story and tried to make it so. Give a damn. He didn't give a fuck about no David Gross. He know these niggas was crooked. It's coming out now. You can come on out. He didn't give a damn about this South Central thinking. I didn't go to college for this. I went to the streets. God damn it. 7-3. What up?
Bro.
What's happening?
Hey, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off on the Trump thing. I was just listening to you. This is Justin from New Jersey. I'm the one who called you a while ago about Darth Perry, and I've been wanting to call you for the longest time now because I was just listening to you with the Trump and the Jay-Z and the David Gross, and you were talking about sparking the mind that's going to change us and continue what Nipsey Hussle was talking about.
That's right.
And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm literally driving back from my real estate class right now. And I was listening. I've been wanting to call you for the longest time. It's been a while since I last spoke. Like I said, I was the one who told you about that Darth Perry. And I see Rizza Islam's in jail now, or at least was arrested. So that's good news. And I haven't been able to listen to you that much because I'm in my real estate class now. And like I said, everything I've been listening to you ever since Nipsey Hussle got assassinated, Patreon gang and all. $20 subscriber. And I see how you're progressing, and I'm doing the same thing. And you've been a huge role model for me because, like before Nipsey Hussle got assassinated, and before I found your channel, I was going the wrong path, and I don't mean by crime or gangs. I'm just wasn't living up to my full potential. Let's put it that way.
Right.
And I've always had family around that always told me, Justin, you're gifted, you're smart. My mom always told me, Justin, you could be an entrepreneur. Everything,
Right.
my mom did a good job raising me and filling my head with I can do anything. And but before Nipsey Hussle, I was just completely just not in the right mindset and not doing right. And when Nipsey Hussle got assassinated, I started listening to you and listening to your message. I was like, Justin, you got to get back on your grind because I had the same drive Nipsey had. He accomplished way more in a shorter period of time.
Oh
But
yeah, it's time to double up. It's time to double up.
it's time to double up. And I've always wanted. My whole dream was always to get into real estate. Like my grandma, who's still alive, she just had a birthday. She's 89. She that's how she was able to make her wealth for our family through real estate. She always she was in the Korean War, and so was my grandpa. My grandpa served in World War II and Korea. They're both from Georgia. Like the whole Cherokee and everything, all that stuff. Grew up poor through all the depression and everything, but they got educated, went to school, learned how to buy real estate, and my grandma, her dream in life was to pass down houses to my parents and so they could go to college. So now my mom, she was able to go to college and was able to get my generation, me and my brother and my sister, out of poverty so we didn't have to go through that. And she always told me, she's like, Justin, now it's your generation's time to be the entrepreneur and start the business and start the family business and grow in generational wealth. And I always had that mindset, but my family kind of broke apart a few years ago. Parents got divorced, and it's a really shame that our family unit fell apart, and it's still not together. My dad's I don't even know where he's at, but my mom and my sister and my brother, we're still together, and we're connecting again.
I
And
got you.
honestly,
I got you. But
yeah,
what I need to stay on course with the Nipsey Hussle community.
yeah,
These black
you're right.
Republicans and this man he was supposed to meet with, and I'm not deviating from this one bit.
Okay, you're right. My bad, Kev. My bad. I do want to say though that being conservative, that's 100% the way to go. My current job now, I'm in the office now, but I started in the warehouse, and the only reason I got into the office is because I met with the CEO
Sir,
of the company.
sir,
Yeah,
what
my bad.
the,
My bad.
what is your comment on Nipsey Hussle meeting this black Republican and not meeting with the police? That's where I'm going.
Yeah, that's shocking. I mean, I remember that you playing the clip of the police officer saying he was supposed to meet with the police, but that was obviously that's a complete lie. They like you said,
Who
they stole
told
his whole
us he
idea.
was supposed to meet with the police, sir?
Wasn't it the chief of police when he went on the tape? When he went the LA chief of police, wasn't he the guy who said, "Oh, he was
And
going to meet
who
with
else?
him"?
And who else? And Rock Nation. And we don't
Yeah, Jay
believe
Z,
the
Rock Nation,
police,
David.
and we don't believe the police, nor do we believe Rock Nation. And we always knew something was fishy about that. Well, turns out he's supposed to be meeting with this guy.
Hell yeah, and you're spot on. I don't believe nothing in that interview you just played. They kept throwing in Jay Z and David Gross, and they played a little David Gross clip. I'm like, dude, we don't trust you because you already exposed him a few months ago. When you showed the whole David Gross Jay Z Rock Nation thing. So it's like, y'all stole his whole idea, everything. I don't trust nothing. Vector 90. You guys stole everything from him, and he was legit. And Nipsey was legit in what he was trying to do,
Yep.
and teach how to grow the community back. And that's why I gotta get back on my grind and get my real estate license and it's kind of going to do the same thing Nipsey was doing. Continue. That's
Well,
how I remember he said a long time ago
I
that that's
got you.
how.
Got him. Nope. That's it right there. Got to get to the next caller. Thank you, brother. My man. My man was about to dive into another combo. 508, you on the air.
Yo, what's up, Kev? It's Jitta.
What up, Jitta?
Yeah, man. Yeah, looking at the video, man, they was talking about how the residents in the community was going to be able to put their money alongside with Nipsey Hussle and be investors Even if you live check to check, it didn't matter. You could have put your money in, and you will be a shareholder in your own community.
And your own upliftment. Now, where is this trust so we all can take part in it through Nipsey Hussle? Where?
See, that's why you have to go to your local offices. They the ones who you can find out. You go to the uh to your local councilman, and they can tell you how to tie in. But see, that was the thing. Nipsey, like, remember I was talking about McDonald's owning their property. They wasn't big off of the burgers. They was big off of owning the property. So in that video, that's what they was talking about. Not these big corporations coming in owning those certain areas. What they was talking about was us as regular people, residents, day to day, living check to check, can put in a certain amount through Nipsey and through Dave Gross and invest with them. And the only way you're going to find out about that, you have to go to your local office.
How you know that's the only way to find out about it? I mean, I'm just trying to find out where the trust is.
Where the truck? See that? All right. Remember when I was telling you I'm about to get another truck, and I'm about to? That's exactly how I'm getting another truck. I went through my local office, and they the ones who schooled me about going to get more money to invest into my company. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me see. Go ahead, brother. You good? Go ahead. I'm in the
So
chat
that
room, just looking at the chat.
So that's where the gentrification come in through Nipsey. The gentrification is the process of renovating and improving a house or district so that it can conform to the middle class taste. You understand what I'm saying? So all of those ran down areas, even with his plaza, you look, he had his clothing store. There was a food. There was a place I think sold food. There was an accountant place that's they did taxes and everything. All these different companies. So that way, what I'm getting out of that is he's saying a CEO is no different than somebody sweeping the floor. Every job was important. So if as a community, everybody took control in these different areas, we'll be controlling the whole neighborhood. He was planning on doing this across the nation. They was doing that across the nation, and I think they knew what he had planned, and they had
Yeah.
to stop it. They had to stop that. You understand what I'm saying? We can afford to have one black company, but not whole neighborhoods and
Well, we're
whole
talking
towns.
a process that's going to be mimicked all over the nation. That's why he said I got respect in 100 sets because it was about offering this way of life that people wasn't used to and actually making money and taking control of their government. I mean, they
Exactly.
local government back right off on them, and then developing a currency in which we can have amongst ourselves to make these companies grow through Bitcoin. These are investments. These are different types of investments in all forms and
Right.
ways. Even when your money fluctuates in these ways, your money is even investment. So yeah,
Even that's
he was
why
a yeah.
at
Go ahead.
around the time, if you was to think back about what they were saying on the news about Trump tax breaks, what they said, Nancy Pelosi and Elijah Cummings and Elizabeth Warren and all of these people, what was they saying? Oh, these tax breaks are only for the rich. They were lying. They were lying. They knew that local people can come together
Now
as
you
a group.
understand when they were saying these tax breaks, we can't. It was for you.
Exactly.
It's
It
for
was for you
you.
in the community.
That's
Sitting there
right.
making $15 an hour, you can go and get and find out about these tax opportunities.
Right.
Even they Trump even made it easier for black people. I ain't talking about white people. or any. I'm talking about black and Hispanic to go get a business loan. So the whole time when he was saying that, that's why they was flooding the news saying that these tax breaks was only for the rich. They were lying. They're lying. But anyway, yeah. So that's what, and I got all that information because I read that article that you put up, and then I turned around and I did some research on what did I type in? Nipsey Hussle innovative gentrification opportunities, and I found a bunch of articles that was talking about the things that Nipsey Hussle had planned. So back when I was saying that Nipsey Hussle at his early age, the way how that man was thinking, yo, he would have blew past Jay-Z and Puff Daddy a mile. They wouldn't even be able to touch Nipsey Hussle. And this is the same thing. See, T.I., he's a phony. T.I. laughed when he said he took advantage of the No, he took advantage of Trump's tax break.
Yes,
It
he
wasn't the
did.
Republican. He took advantage, and the same thing that Nipsey. That's the same thing that T.I. got, and guess what? T.I. didn't invest into the community like
Ti
how
didn't
Nipsey
invest
Hussle
into
was.
the community. Ti
Exactly,
invested in his kids in his mansion.
and
That's
that hustle
hustle
museum.
gang.
When this man was trying to show y'all, I'm gonna, even though he came out with that video, well, not video, but I think YG came out with the song, but Nipsey Hussle was featured when he was saying F Donald Trump. Well,
Right.
that's the same thing what I was saying the other day. Van Jones is a devoted Democrat. Like, this dude goes on CNN and he smashes Donald Trump. But what everybody didn't know, like I said the other day, he was working with Isaac Washington, going and getting it to where people coming home from prison, their record cannot affect them from day one out of prison. So all that F Donald Trump stuff, that was an illusion. Same thing with Donald Trump said. Donald Trump said that whole time he was helping Democrats and he was funding them with their campaign. He knew he had to do that because if he didn't, he would not be able to get his building permits in Manhattan. So he had to play the game. Just like Nipsey Hussle, he had to play the game, but in the background, they was doing what they had to do.
Well, that's just what it is. We're gonna continue on this conversation. I just wanted to bring up the real Nipsey Hussle blueprint and how it overshadowed and how he was bigger than Jay Z and the rest and all of these guys. He was all of them put together. I mean, he was already in the six-figure range every month. Without that's just his independent music on itself, and then using that to do other things, and then getting into business ventures where you're talking uh uh 100 units and apartment complexes on top of great business and in a highly populated area. You really talking about buying back your community by owning the real estate and having the people invest and take part in the investment and not only the investment but the capital gain that people get from investing in this. They taking part in no tax. It's all tax free. Pretty
Exactly, and if you think about the in Obama's administration, think about when all those jobs left. See, the corporate tax was at 44%. So so that is what drove all of those companies away. You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So by him dropping the capital gains tax to zero, that means that all of that extra money, all of that profit that they're getting in, they wouldn't have had to pay no taxes on it, and that would allow
Well,
them
guess what?
not just open up.
They stole his business, his life from him.
Right.
So they got who owns the strip mall now. You see?
See, that's the thing. I don't know. Everybody went their own separate
No,
ways.
David Gross owns the strip mall.
Oh, he owns. Oh, okay. Because, like they said, they did say that he was going to carry on with what they had planned. So. But that's what I was saying before about McDonald's was taking their Burger
I
King
got you.
money
I
and
got you.
invested. You see
And,
what I'm saying?
yeah. I got you. Let me get to the next caller, man. Thank you for the call. We're gonna keep this
Yeah.
on the ball. Good looking, Jitter. My man Jitterbug. Back on this shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nipsey had a plan to get rid of gentrification and also plenty other investments in different ways so that the community can self-invest in themselves and self-generate using the law, using legal methods. And unfortunately, the Democrats don't want brothers going from gangbanger to upstanding citizens, for that will impede on their projection of how animalistic you are and why you need to fund their private prisons that they got waiting for. Democrats are running a gulag for black folk. Coffee and Kush TV. Unknown
Hello?
caller, unknown location. What up?
Hello, sir. I am Bill Richardson, and I'm curious on what your beliefs are on the Nipsey Hussle rapper. My son did a presentation about him, and I saw this live video, and I was very curious on this situation.
You want to know what I think about what?
About Nipsey Hussle, the rapper. One of my son was
Yeah,
watching.
I don't do that. This is a classroom, sir. You either you get up here and you say what you know, or you just sit in the classroom and listen. Uh, are you what you here to do? Which one?
All right, I will say what I believe.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think Nipsey Hussle was not connected to any political party. He had his own beliefs. And I believe that Jay-Z did not do anything wrong.
Oh, I know.
And I've been trying to keep up with this news, but I don't know where to get it from. You know, these news sources nowadays, they aren't reliable.
I know where you can get it from.
Where, sir?
From right here. You sit your ass down right in the back of that classroom and be quiet. Coffee and Kush TV. Just sit in the back and chill out. Kev Rowe, that well, I tried to come on live, get you guys going with some homework and see what the people thought. We're gonna keep this thing rolling just as long as you guys. Area code 347, you on the air.
Puerto Rican cuz, what up,
Hey,
yeah?
Puerto Rican cuz, you know what I just found out, bro? You know what I just decided?
Talk that.
I'm gonna cut the chat off.
Yeah, you know what? You know, I don't know if you
I
noticed,
just
but
want
I've
to
been
talk
on.
to somebody. I don't want to even look at my chat no more.
Yeah, because I see people promoting their songs, promoting
They
things
songs,
and
they
that.
weak ass music in my shit.
Yeah, something,
My
something.
shooters at where
I ain't even
Brooklyn
gonna shout that.
Finest. Brooklyn Finest, could you put your hand up and pop a nigga who promoting anything?
Anybody named Glow Gang, pop 'em.
Yeah, oh, he been. I been shot him.
Yeah, you gotta get him out of here.
Yeah, get him out.
Nah, but Kev, man, it's like the more me and you chop it up, the bigger it gets, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, I just want to say this, man. This is truly, some special times because this is the first time when you have a president that is single-handedly trying to move the people from the back of the line to the front of the line. You know, by giving us an opportunity to get out of jail with a right mindset. And then you have somebody like Nipsey who is single-handedly trying to get us in from the bottom class to the middle class. Because that's what it is, Kev. It basically comes down to us moving up to the middle class. Because once you own your own home, You paying less taxes. Your average household income is going to change dramatically overnight, and that's one of the things I take away from this too, is that giving us the opportunity to be where we never been at a large portion of us, to be middle class homeowners, and just be in that middle class bracket. That's what I see coming from the pipeline, and I just see that the Dixiecrats were an all out attempt to try to stop it, you know, and I believe that this is a move that backfire on us, because you got people like Kev Rowe on him
all the time. A natural,
all the time.
natural watchman of the folk. That's it.
Listen, man, it's no coincidence. April 1st was on Donald Trump and the people and Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? They fooled us. They had us looking away.
Look. I just found the tape where he was supposed to meet with the Republican to talk more of Trump's take advantage of these opportunity zones. He was realizing need David Gross, and David Gross and them was scam artists, bro. You know why? Because
Yeah.
because Nipsey he wasn't aware that these were tax subsidies like we know now. He was just doing
Right.
GP, and because it's natural, and he figured out a way. But just so happened, this is going on with Donald Trump as well.
That's correct.
Don't fuck Donald Trump, but no, it wasn't fuck Donald Trump. Donald Trump was gonna be the reason. Oh man, you was gonna be the goddamn distraction. Somebody got them. Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's what happened. This is it's all political, like Pac said. It's all political, like Pac said. And Kev, you know who introduced Nipsey to the scam artist?
No, who?
DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled. That was DJ Khaled, homeboy. Remember?
See,
he was
and
from
that's
Florida.
and that's why DJ Khaled and Gross are in business. Vector 90, right? DJ Khaled, right?
That's correct.
But that's LA.
That's correct.
So how was David Gross gives DJ Khaled Vector 90 in LA, then he takes the whatchamacallit. You see what I'm saying? Thievery.
Crazy.
That's already the feds need to come and investigate that, because that's ridiculous. I refuse to let any of this go because I wouldn't want to be done this way. I don't think no black woman should have her son done this way when he's a genius and he's coming up with innovative ways to help the community. And all these Democrat motherfuckers is coming out like he was supposed to meet with the police, but in reality, he was gonna meet with this Republican about this damn extra shit. See, I told you the Democrats, these dudes is selling us free stuff. And once Nip got wind of it, like, wait a minute. Nigga, you trying to sell a nigga something? Make it seem like you really smart. But in real life, this is what's due to me.
The spook by the door,
know, bro. This is what the conservatives know. Other than that, because we grow up hating we thinking conservative, Republican. That's because we train by the ops. That's why.
That's correct.
We train by the ops. That's correct. Our slave masters is right here, the Democrats.
See all the rights that certain race get here in this country, because a lot of people that's not, from other countries, like where Vlad from and all of them, they take advantage of a lot of the resources.
What is Vlad? Vlad is a Democrat, right? That's to allow foreigners. Democrats allow these foreigners and these foreign always global warming and you last. Global warming first. And if you want reparations, get it through free Medi-Cal or free phone bills being paid for a week. Vlad is an asshole, and he doesn't even know that he represents the thought process of what they call white supremacy. These liberals are foreigners, and their thought processes are against Afro-Americans. Plain and simple.
That's right. And one thing I wanted to say was that Nipsey knew this. That's why you got to ask yourself, what in the 40, 50 to 60 years the Democrats been in power in these blue states, what have they done for you? This guy, only in his first 4 years, is passing laws is willing to change people's lives for the rest of their lives and generations to come. So ask yourself, like, that's why he said, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? You haven't gotten nothing in the 50 to 60 years. You know what I'm saying? You've been placed in the back row for the last
So
60 years,
so
and
so
and you
what? So the distraction on the first was the death of Nipsey Hussle, and the distraction from one step programs and these laws being passed with releases, major releases coming from prison from back in the days that was put forth by the crime bill, the '94 crime bill, which was by the Clintons,
wow,
Bernie Sanders, also what was the name? The Democratic dude, Joe Biden.
Jack Brooks,
That's right, but I'm
also.
saying the people who we know right now, we know Jack Burns,
Okay, Clinton,
yeah, the
Joe
Clintons,
Biden,
Biden, Bernie Sanders, they all took and wrote the bill on the crime bill, and
signed.
Ben Sanders praises and Killer Mike praises this man, and this is just ridiculous. I'm tired of
This
Democratic rhetoric from their lobbyists to their politicians to their weak ass entertainers who come out and think they smarter than the rest of us Negroes.
what can anybody explain to me why Killer Mike is going to be promoting Bernie Sanders when Bernie Sanders signed off on the bill that put millions of people in jail for
Our
something
people.
that our people, black, brown, whatever, they put us in jail. See, that's you got to understand that wolf and the fox mentality. You know what I'm saying? And that's what. And look at the people that promote Bernie Sanders. It's all liberals, Hollywood, Cardi B, Killer Mike. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these
Now you
people,
see why they want to impeach Donald Trump, because he
yeah, they want to
helping
get up.
you. He want to help. That's
He
why. I'm Trump 20.
he.
Damn what nobody say. I'm Trump 2020.
I'm Trump 2022,
That's
Kev.
two
I'm
votes.
sorry
That's
to say,
two votes for us.
and I'm not telling nobody to do what I'm doing. I'm
I
just telling you
am.
do your
I am.
homework.
I'm not telling him to do nothing. I'm finna go
I
full
ride,
fledged. I'm voting,
I ride with my
and so
homeboy
should
on that
you.
one. I ride with my
I'm
homeboy.
not running from not one fade. Say something, punk. I'm standing my ground. Fuck that.
Kev, look at
This
all our
pisses me off.
forefathers. Oh, look at all our heroes. Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Tupac,
I'm going
Nipsey,
conservative, man.
all these great human beings were conservative thinkers and doers.
Yep.
Do for yourself.
Do for self.
So why are we helping and voting these people? They ain't doing nothing for us. Look, Trump called Baltimore. What is it? I'm not even gonna curse because I'm trying to clean up the act. But he called them town, whatever, And it's true. If you ever been to Baltimore, Kev, I've been to Baltimore, South Baltimore, like twice. And I went to a store. There was only like 3 potato chips in the store,
Make me some tea.
and like 3 juices. Like you got to come to a reality. You know what I'm saying? To understand that you don't be mad at Donald Trump. Be mad at the Congress. Be mad at the mayor. Be mad at your
That
senators.
the House of Representatives, and more
The
than
House of
anything,
Representatives.
be mad at the people you put a D by, with the D by their name, that you put in your local government. And
Yes,
what do you
yes,
say while
yes.
you at the Senate? And what have you done for me lately? Don't wait till the last quarter of the election till the Democrats want to offer you something like a packet of ketchup with your chicken. Okay, don't
And, and,
boo.
And Kev, I'm gonna be honest. I've been guilty for many years, just seeing the D and just checking the D, and not even really looking into the R. I ain't gonna lie. I know a lot of people in the chat that did that too, because we've been trained to vote a certain way, But now is a new day. You know what's going on. Understand that these Congress, these mayors, they're all stopping progress in your community. They're stealing money. They don't
And
even
they
live
got
in
the
the
nerve
district.
to say, "Oh my God, he said our community is rat infested and roach infested, motherfucker, and Section 8 and full of section counterfeit $100 bills. Just everything, malt liquor too. You damn right, it's a shithole. Have you seen the
And
east side of LA? What is racist when Trump said, but when is it racist when I said it's a shithole? Now prove me
it's a
it's a shithole.
hey, are hey, Kev, you said it. It's a shithole. I've been to Baltimore. The streets is not even paved right. It looks like you live in the third world country. It don't look like America, bro. It's not supposed to be like this. This is we generate too much money. There's a lot of loopholes in the system. There's a lot of money coming down from Washington. But these Congress
And
and
we
these
just
senators and these mayors,
legalized marijuana, which is a multi-billion-dollar revenue service for us now. We smoke to fund our business, man. That's what OG Marathon was about, Jay-Z. Not to smoke to be cool. We invested
right?
in our companies using these marijuana businesses and these subsidies to make all of our people profitable, bro. And this is biblical, this is spiritual. But these Democrats on some, let me steal your idea and make it simple and let me capitalize on it. And I want to be the one
It,
where everybody get to capitalize on it when it can be really through one person. That's Jay-Z.
Kev, if you look at it, I don't know Colorado. I believe Colorado is a swing state where it could go both ways,
I'm
blue or
going to
red.
Colorado and we gonna sweeten that motherfucker right to the Republicans this time. That's what we gonna.
But listen, Kev, all the red states are moving to legalizing marijuana. Almost all of them. Like New York is passing laws to let you
That's
smoke,
because these
but they're not.
Democrats made marijuana illegal and make you want to be a criminal. 90
Yes,
they want to make
that's
you
the
the
point.
criminal, and then the Republicans are saying that's too much, bro. There's too many people in California prisons, and everybody in there for smoking weed for the third damn time. That's enough pressure on these people. But the Democrats
And
want to enslave. They want you making IKEA desks for 10 cents on a day. They want you in there doing
right,
nothing and listening to the
and that,
marketing firm, which is rap music, that's marketing for the private prison industry.
that's right. That's why you don't hear no intellectual music, no good guidance. All you have is drink this,
They
smoke
said it
that.
doesn't sell. They said it doesn't sell prison beds. That's what it don't sell. That's what it
Yeah, that's
sell. It sell records. That motherfucker don't sell prison beds. You get me, Puerto Rican?
yeah, I got you. I
All
got you.
right. I
That
know you had to
it,
laugh at that one, huh?
they look at prisons. They look at prisons like hotels. That's what they look at, and they look at us like
So
cattle.
Tupac saying penitentiaries is packed with promise makers. Never realized the precious time that bitch niggas is wait. He is against private prison industries, and that's what they are. What the fuck? He's against what? He's against the real power of the democratic institution. Thuggetry, prison. That's why Pac said we don't need no more rappers, no more. We need
He like
I said we need
he
the
said it
STEM-based
when
programs because I
when
see now that I've been taking part. They had me taking part in the destruction of my own people, bro.
That's right. That's when he realized that.
Yep.
That's when he realized his power. And I guess I think Nipsey realized that at an early age of his life,
No.
earlier than Pac. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he's going around
Well,
walking with a Malcolm X.
Pac real no. Nipsey understood the business because
The business side of
yeah,
marketing. Yeah,
Tupac understood this African American struggle and knew it was going to take a
yeah, that's what I meant to
line
say.
to
Yeah,
free us. Nipsey
yeah.
is African American. We are Afro Americans.
So this is the first time, Kev,
You
that
feel
we
me?
have a president. We have a president that's passing laws that directly affect the Aboriginal people of this land. This is Obama. Obama was the first black president, but he was the wolf and the fox at the same time.
I know.
You
It's
know, because
crucial.
he was he was passing laws for everybody else except black people.
That's right.
Can anybody in the chat put one law that Obama passed that directly affected us? Now, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
We already had health care. We already had health care. His plans is through anybody that had a business could not
His
afford
health
to
care,
pay.
nobody even wanted it because it was to cheat you and make you pay them. It was always
Mm,
Democrats to get you on a bill, offer you something free from the state, and front you a bill.
funds.
That's how they do because I'm realizing that's how they do. They just want
They take something.
free
They
subsidies.
take it. If they would have been there longer, they would have charged us for breathing air.
Yes,
They
sir.
would have charged us for. They already charged us for water. They would have charged us for breathing air. So, me personally, Kev, I'm leaning towards the I'm leaning towards conservative. I'm gonna be a Republican and proud of it. Now knowing all of this stuff that's going on
Way that
and
he's
how these people never passed now one law to benefit me and my family, I can't look the other way. Malcolm said it best. You can't trust. The worst thing in this earth is a liberal. The worst. The worst. So we gotta wake up as a people and understand that what Nipsey was trying to do and just finish the job. That's all we gotta do. 2020, the road's gonna be there, east to west, north to south. We there.
You already know. Let me get back to this video and get up out of here. Get ready for this morning show. Thanks, Puerto Rican cuz.
All the time, sir.
My
Anytime.
man. Hell yeah, man. I just came up here tonight to keep y'all interested, keep y'all motivated for tomorrow morning show. Let's get back to this real quick.
Was Republican from South Carolina, Senator Tim Scott. Nipsey was scheduled to meet with him.
Yes. Nipsey actually was smart in this way that he stayed grounded to his roots and trying to use the political system to help his community. And when I talked to Tim Scott, and they said they were very eager to work with him and hear his vision because they had some similarities in their own lives, how they were raised and what they want to do for their community. So it's amazing to know that his legacy will live on. And this could be the centerpiece of that. What we will see years, decades, generations from now is the groundwork he laid at that and beautiful strip mall on Crenshaw and Slauson.
Well, we are grateful that
And what he was talking about, 10, 20, this wasn't going to take 10, 15, 20 years. Innovators, we don't do all of the thinking and stay in seclusion and sacrifice the time, our sanity to think, overthink, understand, overstand, and lay it out in a way that doesn't happen overnight and that doesn't easy. But when it happens, that plan ain't for 30 goddamn years. That's for strategists and businessmen who looking to capitalize. Nipsey was an innovator, and innovators think for now. They think on how to make it happen within the next 5 years because I want to feel this young when I see it come to fruition. And when it happens, I'll know that anything possible. We don't waste our time building these computers and learning all of this knowledge to get to the point where, oh, it'll happen in 20, 30 years. No, motherfucker. That's what we spent our childhood thinking about. It happened in 20, 30 years. Coffee and Kush TV, man. Jeez.
Nipsey might become a role model. I mean, the fact that Jay-Z actually rapped about eminent domain. Come on.
Yes, and there's been so many other celebrities who have, since the beginning of the year, like end of last year, I've noticed this whole initiative to buy back the block, buy back the neighborhood. It was Nipsey, it was Meek Mills, it was Jay-Z talking about these plans. There's so many other celebrities.
You hear that? This lady here is a hijacker of him. Is a hijacker. Is an associate. Do you hear propaganda?
Whole initiative to buy back the block.
I knew it. I was listening to her earlier. I'm like, these are propagandists.
Buy back the neighborhood. It was Nipsey, it was Meek Mills, it was Jay-Z talking about the.
Here we go. Here we go.
Mills, it was Jay-Z talking about these plans. There's so many.
Meek Mill is the one that text messaged Shitty Cuz and told him to turn himself in. Kid Flashy from Bronx get caught with the gun. Okay? Y'all stop being ignorant to what's right in front of y'all face. Kev Rowe, I'll see y'all in the morning coffee and Kush morning show premiering at let's say 9 o'clock a.m. to 11 a.m. and we'll get into it, man. I'm telling y'all, you got to watch the propagandist. The only one you can trust here is the most unappreciative, most blackballed individual, Kev Gill, and the most handsome African American commentator of truth on YouTube. FUBU, for us, by us. And as always, family,